Hi. So I'm sort of in between jobs right now, and I thought it'd be fun to make some content for YouTube. Um, I saw this music video clip quite a while ago. It was released back in 2001. It's Kiss Because I'm a Woman, and I've always had questions about what's actually going on in it, and there are definitely some parts in it that make me go, WTF, mate. Um, Yeah, so for copyright reasons, I've actually disabled the audio on the music video, and um, it's just me scrubbing through the video. If you want to listen to the actual song, I've left a link down below in the description. So let's just get started. So here we have a lovely, well, no, looks like a spring or autumn morning, and you know, said cameraman, one of the main actors, and the other main character who's about to walk into a photo shoot, and bam. So I'm just surprised that this actually managed to happen. She's probably really, really out of it. I mean, bearing in mind we still have like the model, who's the subject of interest, and she could have said something. The lighting guy could also have said something. Um, I'm just surprised that no one actually stopped her from walking into the photo shoot. Well, that's my first comment on this. So we'll just continue. And then the next timestamp that I have something interesting to comment on is right here. So I found this scene a little creepy because the way the photographer looks at the girl, to me, it's a bit like an old school serial killer from the movie stereotypes back in the day. And by back in the day, I mean like maybe 80s, 90s type um, thing. And from an engineer's point of view, also, since we're so conscious on health and safety, we know he doesn't actually have any goggles, or any sort of protective gear. He did use tongs earlier to retrieve the photo out of the developing solution, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have gloves. Well, you can't tell that. He might have taken it off, but he definitely doesn't have goggles. And sorry, if you can hear like a scratching sound, it's actually my pet rabbit running around. The other one that's just passed at timestamp 51 here, um, I found it pretty interesting that the girl, she had basically um, had instant recognition of the photographer walking into uh, of the incident when she walked into the photo shoot. Um, I do find it interesting that she did recognize him straight away. Like if this happened to me personally, I probably wouldn't recognize any faces from the incident fairly soon after. Um, so I thought maybe she's just very attracted to him or something like that. Not 100% sure. So based on the previous assumption of her being attracted to him, would probably sort of hold true to this point in time in the video, where, like I said, I don't think she would remember the face of any one of those people in the photo shoot. And continue a little bit. Uh, if I scrub it, I'll probably miss it. I'll just let it play for a sec. And here we go. So it turns out she has photographic memory. Um, so I guess as a reminder to all the guys out there, she's going to remember everything. And don't fuck it up with your partner. Right. So I'll just go up to the next scene that's somewhat interesting. There we go. So she's actually found him now at his place of work, holding a piece of clothing that belongs to the customer. Now, it is a bit interesting because the way she's holding it, at least to me, it's like a treasured piece of clothing. I mean, she barely knows the guy, so to me, this is like going full stalker mode here. Um, yeah, and I mean, I don't even know how she found him for that matter, unless he left like a business card or something. Or it's a very fancy hairdress place, and you've got like like a name and number left behind. Okay, that's all I had, and then the rest in between here to the next one's pretty boring as a video without the music. Oh, here we go around here. Mr. Photographer, he's pouring some sort of development solution, something somewhere. And here we go, have the faithful moment. So if you've probably seen the video before, if you haven't, then this is something to note. Um, so here we see he's storing chemicals that are like above head height, so far as I can tell, and even when this video was made, I'm pretty sure it would have been best practice to keep your chemicals below like your work area or down low, thereby reducing your chance of having an accident where the liquid will accidentally fall into your face. So we'll just continue for a sec. Oh, actually, I'll scrub it because I don't think anyone's going to care. Right. Oh, it's raining. And I'm really, really impractical. Look, so I probably scrubbed a little too far. Let me just go back a little bit more. So we have a rainy day, rainy evening. And I guess in Asian cinematography, it is kind of romantic to share an umbrella with your partner. In this case, he did not want to share one and brought out his own. I, I guess as an engineer and whatnot, I would find it more practical to have your own, especially since you don't. You can see from that just how little you're actually being covered. Um, but I'm not particularly romantic, I guess. So I guess the pro tip from this video is share the umbrella with your partner. And then the next one, point of interest, is probably around here. So I start having serious questions when this dude shows up in red. So he's photographer and girl are mid-shoot, and this dude shows up. Now, I don't know who the hell he is and why the hell he is so freakishly upset. I I think he's like the original assistant. Not 100% sure because the video quality on every version of this I've seen doesn't really show his face too terribly great. Um, is he the partner of the photographer and the photographer is bisexual and he's like an old lover or something? I really don't know. I haven't been able to work it out 20 years plus later. Every time I watch this, I just ask questions, same questions, in fact. Um, right. So we'll just continue that on for a sec. Blah blah blah. Awkward smiles. Let's take some more photos. Oh, I am out of film or something. And continuation of the faithful moment. Developing solution falls in my eyes. Fuck. All right. I at this point, I don't think you would actually fall to the ground like that. Probably what would be more realistic is she's going to be, you know, saying some rather strong words about having stuff in her eye. And your first reaction would probably be to try and get it out, you know, with like just water or like a saline solution from a first aid kit. Um, just need to get that crap out of your eye as soon as possible. I did call up a photography place, so you know what type that does old school photography to find out what's actually in it, and you know I got the answer. There's all different kinds of stuff depending on your what do you call it? Depending on what type of photo you're developing. But he said it was basically like having petrol or something maybe put in your eyes, just wash it out. So it's interesting that she ended up in hospital here. So unless that stuff's like pure bromine or something, she's gonna lose her eyes in that case. Right. And then who's this dude crying in the background? Is this scene related at all to what's happened? I'm assuming so, but you know, again, a lot of assumptions here. Yeah, we'll just continue. Boo. I'm so moody. Look at this guy. So he's a little upset, and to be quite frank with you, um, I think his anger at himself is just. Absolutely, he's at fault. And what was he doing? Oh, I'm just going to skip forwards a little bit. All right, here's the next question I have. So we see this guy. Is he the assistant that we saw earlier? Is he the gay lover? What is his deal? And why is he so mad? Why is he so upset? Is it because he lost his job? But the way he's putting his hand on his head suggests something more, right? This is not just your normal interaction, like unless you're really, really close to that person or you're gonna slap them in the head or something. I don't know. Right. Let me just carry on to the next one. Yeah, look at that. See, look at that. Don't fucking touch me. Another 10 seconds to the next area, so we'll just sort of bear along. And this is that guy who was upset. Yeah. So who is he? I thought, is he a brother? Is there like a love triangle that I just don't realize here? And yeah, just so many questions every time I watch this, and every single freaking time I see something slightly different. All right, so I just grabbed ahead. Oh, I've got a present for you, and I don't know if that's the assistant again. And ooh, look at this. This is the cover to the magazine that she was. The photographer took photos of her, sorry. And yeah, it says single, and then some blurb here. Don't know what that says. Can't read it. Date rape, more blurb, and then her lovely picture. Now, you know, analyzing it on face value, I can't tell if she is single, and that's like a thing that they're trying to, you know, how to pick up single women or something. Or this is a magazine about date rape and how to prevent it, I guess. But then I think at the top here, it says, I think that's an mobile, so mobile. I have to hazard a guess of what was at the top here. I thought that maybe this is related to like a car or motorbike magazine, in which case then it confuses me even more. Is like, why the hell do you have the word single and date rape here? I want to know what this magazine was meant to be about, or is it just like a women's magazine or something, like Cosmopolitan or something like that, or even a guy's version, like FHM. I don't know if FHM still exists. It's been a long time since I've read actual physical media. Anyway, and then we continue. She starts reminiscing where they met. Blah blah blah. Don't care. Probably a bit over the top of the surgery, I guess, because if you look here, where it shows well, she ran into him again. There is an interesting point here to be made too with this last part. So she sees him, and then there's, come on, play it already. My timing's all off because I don't have sound, so it feels kind of weird talking to myself in like dead silence. I'm not used to this. Come on, here we go. Yeah, he took out his coin and saw her, the ultimate sacrifice of a man who loves, um, you know, someone, I guess, is to give up something he can't replace. Again, maybe a little over the top, the reaction. Anyway, what I found interesting is that she returned the picture to him and she didn't talk to him. She didn't say anything. Like she still loves him, right? And like I know that he didn't want to be a burden to her, but she could have said something, and you would probably have a happier ending than what we have now. Yeah. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this, and maybe they're not as overanalyzed as you would hope, but for something that's completely made up, I think I've thought way too many. I spent too much time thinking on this over the years. Every now and then it'll just pop up again, and I thought this would be interesting. Anyway, thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm out.